OK, for more ahead of this game, you can see him there. Let's cross live to our senior reporter, Rob Dorsett. Very good morning to you, Rob. Right, really? Really? Is there any chance that Harry Kane could be dropped?
No, there isn't any chance at all, Rob. Forget it. Stop talking about it. No, look, it's not quite that, is it? But let me throw some stats your way. 51 goals in 57 games for club and country this season. 7 goals in his last 8 knockout games at major tournaments for England. He's taken England to 3 semi-finals in 4 major tournaments. He's England's all-time leading goal scorer. For any other nation to even contemplate dropping a player like Harry Kane, they'd think we were completely bonkers. But I understand why there's a discussion there, because Ivan Toney has done very well when he's come on the pitch for Harry Kane, and I don't think Harry Kane is fit. He's not looked his usual sharp best, has he, in this tournament? Let's be absolutely honest. Yes, he's got 2 goals. They were tap-ins. You'd expect him to get those. Listen, Gary Lineker made an entire career out of only scoring tap-ins, and he's been one of his staunchest critics in this tournament. And Harry Kane is only 1 goal away from the guys that are leading the chase for the Golden Boot. Cody Gakpo from the Netherlands, one of them. And he will have his eyes set on that target. So look, no, it's not going to happen, but I think there's a really strong chance that when Harry Kane starts the game in this semi-final against the Netherlands, he won't finish the game for it. If you look at the stats so far, he's only played 90 minutes twice out of the 5 games, and that hints at what I'm saying. Harry Kane isn't fit. He had that back injury at the end of the domestic season with Bayern Munich. He's still not as sharp as he would like to be. I don't know whether he's nursing that back. Of course, England and he are keeping that very, very secret right now, but he's not at his absolute best. He can't keep up with play in the way that we're used to seeing him doing. He's dropping deep and linking up play well, but then he's not on the end of Bukayo Saka's pullbacks when the Arsenal man's made a number of those. And Ivan Toney, when he's come on the pitch, held the ball up very, very well, won free kicks on halfway, won more duels on halfway when the ball's been pumped up to him on average than the England captain has as well. And of course, I think this is part of the significance. I think this is why there's a discussion going on amongst some supporters. We always know that Harry Kane is England's best goal scorer and best penalty taker. He's been somebody that England have relied on for penalties for best part of 8 years under Gareth Southgate. But he was substituted in extra time in that last quarter-final game with penalties looming. And we all went, oh my word, what's this all about? What happened? Ivan Toney was one of 5 England players who scored 5 perfect penalties while Harry Kane watched on from the sidelines. I think that's all part of an eventual changing of the guard, but not now. And I think it's all indicative of the fact that Harry Kane isn't fully fit. But all of that is irrelevant. He will start the game against the Netherlands, absolutely guaranteed. He's talking to the media alongside the England manager at 5:35 later on this afternoon from Dortmund, which is always proof that he is going to start. It's not a debate inside the England camp, it's a debate outside the England camp. But I really wouldn't be surprised if the England captain wasn't on the pitch when we get to 90 minutes tomorrow.
OK, glad you put that one to bed. Right, England's final training session before their semi-final takes place. So that's this morning. What are the key issues to be decided?
Loads of them, Rob, loads of them. I mean, look, I think Mark Gay will come straight back into the side and he'll come straight back into a back 3 rather than the back 4 that he left. He was suspended for that quarter-final, of course, against Switzerland. And he was deputised by Ezri Konsa, making his first start in a major tournament. And look, I want to have a word about Ezri Konsa because he was brilliant in that game. And he's so non-complaining and versatile. Bear in mind, he's played left-back a lot for England in this tournament when he's come off the bench. He played in the back of a left 3, in the left of a back 3 for his first major start in a major tournament and did brilliantly. All season long for Aston Villa, he's helped them qualify for the Champions League, playing right back and centre back largely in a back 4. They don't play in a back 3, Villa. I think they've done it 3 times this season. So that tells you an awful lot about him, and I think it'll be a difficult one for Gareth Southgate to make that decision, but I do expect him to make it. I think Mark Gay will come straight back in because he's been England's best defender before he got suspended. So 2 brilliant players in the same position there. We've seen that so many times with England over the years, haven't we? So that is one change that I think definitely will happen. It may be the only change that Gareth Southgate goes for. I say may, we'll try and find out over the next 12 hours or so, 24 hours or so. But the big debate is at left wing back, because Kieran Trippier's been playing there and playing well, but there are some pundits and fans, and I understand this argument, who feel it's very important for England to get a left-footed option on that left flank. And when Luke Shaw did come on, he did offer England a bit more natural width there. He did look to go beyond his fullback a little bit. And yet, Kieran Trippier was outstanding defensively in the game as well. So I understand why there's a discussion there. I think that discussion will be decided by stats and evidence that we're not a party to. What are the medical men and women telling Gareth Southgate behind the scenes about Luke Shaw's fitness? No football at all competitively since the middle of February. He played 42 minutes the other night. That was more than he was expected to. How's he recovered from that physically? He told us yesterday he's good to go, desperately wants to start. Of course he's saying that publicly, and I know he's saying that behind the scenes to the manager. But what are the medical stats saying? Is it realistic that when they're coming up against Denzel Dumfries, who's Inter Milan's roaming, rampaging right back, that Luke Shaw, having played 42 minutes in 5 months, is going to defend against him very, very effectively? Kieran Trippier probably will, and he's well honed in that position now in this tournament. So I think that's a big discussion and a big debate for Gareth Southgate, and one that I'm sure we will continue to have until kick-off tomorrow night. But beyond the Mark Gay in for Ezri Konsa shift, I don't see the England manager tweaking very much, and I absolutely think he'll stick with the same formation that he went with, having had a big change in the tournament, going with that in the quarter-final.